You shouldn't be resting if you have jumper's knee. What's up guys, my name is Marco Lopez, doctor of physical therapy and co-founder of the Basketball Doctors. Our goal for the Basketball Doctors is to improve the way you move and decrease your risk for injuries for all basketball athletes. This is all educational information, not medical advice. So if you have any medical issues, please reach out to us or visit your local physician or physical therapist. But let's go over the topic, why you shouldn't be resting your jumper's knee. So jumper's knee, one of the biggest things we get asked, or some of the complaints that we get is, hey, I've been resting, then when I go back, before I go back, when I've been resting, my pain decreases, I have no pain, but when I go back into the court 1 week later, pain starts to come again. And why is that? The reason why is that is because jumper's knee is not an inflammatory issue. It's more of a degenerative issue. So we have a video here that breaks up the differences between patellar tendonitis and patellar tendinopathy. And that's a big thing to understand first when you're dealing with jumper's knee. It's not an inflammatory process, so rest is not gonna work. And the biggest thing is people have this because their tendon is not strong enough to withstand the capacity that you're putting it through. So some of the reasons why you get jumper's knee in the first place is you rested too long. Let's say you came back from an injury and then you go back straight into basketball and you ramp it up and this tendon goes through a lot of stress and it's not ready to meet the capacity that it's getting thrown in. The other option is you start a new program. So let's say you're playing basketball, but you're like, hey, let me do a jumping program. And then you start jumping more and more, increase the volume, this tendon's not ready, and over 4 to 6 weeks, you start getting pain. And the reason why the rest doesn't work is research has shown when you rest it, it's only gonna get worse because your muscles get weaker. So you might decrease your pain in the short term, but long term, you're actually making it worse. And that's what we really work on and telling the people is that we have to strengthen the muscles around it, improve the tendon capacity. And that's why we created an 8-week jumper's knee program. It's 5 days a week, all online. You can do it all at home with very minimal equipment. But the whole goal is to improve the capacity of this tendon to withstand the demands of it. So another analogy that I like to use is think about it as a glass of water. So the glass is your patellar tendon. The water you put in the glass is the activities you have. So if you have a normal glass and then you start doing a plyometric program, you start playing more basketball games, you're putting more and more water to the point that it overflows. When it overflows, that's when you start getting jumper's knee. So the way to decrease that is by getting a bigger glass. And that's how we're gonna improve the capacity of this tendon, by strengthening all the muscles around it and improving your movement mechanics and quality. That's gonna decrease your risk for further degeneration. Because what happens is this, as it gets worse and worse, if you don't do anything about it, it might lead to a patellar tendon tear where it's like stage 4 jumper's knee. But what we have to do is, like we mentioned, we have to be strengthening. So if you guys have any questions about the jumper's knee rehab program, comment below. But it's a great way. We encourage all of our athletes to do it because even if you have jumper's knee or you don't have jumper's knee or you're at risk of jumper's knee, it's a great way to decrease your risk for jumper's knee and decrease your pain if you have jumper's knee. So if you like this video, guys, hit the like button, subscribe button, share with your friends and family. But the biggest key thing is we can't be resting jumper's knee. Jumper's knee is only gonna get worse if we rest it because the muscles get weaker. And as I mentioned, if you guys remembered earlier about the analogy of the glass of water, if we rest, the glass gets smaller and smaller. We have to be strengthening the muscles. We could decrease the amount of basketball, but we have to be in the weight room strengthening these muscles and these tendons to improve the capacity. So we are the Basketball Doctors. Let's ball for life.